I just want to start every episode off by sharing my immense gratitude with individuals who listen to my stuff, who take something from my stuff. And by my stuff, I just mean my experience. The things that I know, I do not read about in a book. I was awarded this education by trying things in my life. And by trying things in my life, I mean trying the difficult things and some beautiful experiences, some beautiful wisdom through clarity, and ability to connect with clarity very quickly. Something I want to talk about today for this episode is what a warrior spirit means to me. I believe it's really important to communicate with our spirit because it's not a conversation that's widely happening within society these days. I almost feel like we're disconnected from the spirit, the soul, the essence that we are by constantly being manipulated or advertised that everything that we need can be found externally from us. And I do not agree with this philosophy in any way, shape, or form because that constantly has you seeking something external from you. And if we realize that everything that we're looking for, everything that we're trying to connect to is found within us, and that same thing that is found within us is found in each and every one of our brothers and sisters around the globe, then we realize we don't actually need anything materialistic. If we come together, we can see the power that resonates within us, within a collective consciousness or a collective understanding of love. This vibrational frequency that we emit as a collective is what we have come here to learn how to do. But first, we must connect with it within ourselves. And I think it's really important to talk about that because the fight is not external from you. With the big picture of things that we cannot control, things that establishments dictate control over us, prices of basic needs, cost of living, and wages. These things are all external from us and out of our control. But one of the things that we can turn our attention, time, and energy into is ourselves. And when we connect with the things that we are trying to alleviate ourselves from within, with a warrior spirit, with a dedication to overcome that of which holds us back, we begin to see that we are not walking alone in this life. The warrior spirit is so beautiful because it's a part of you. It's just something you have to look for in order to obtain and integrate with once again in your life. The way I integrated with mine was by putting my belief into something more than myself. Now, religions have us believe that following a certain understanding or belief system dictated by other individuals is a way to connect to a source of energy. But the thing that I believe in is putting our time, energy, attention into ourselves. Therefore, we can believe in ourselves and we can begin to see that that thing external from us that we have been led to believe has all the power or we should relinquish all our power to is actually found right inside of us. And the power belongs right where it belongs, inside of us, connecting back to ourselves, back to the source. Because the source of energy is the essence of the spirit. It's a portion of God. Whatever your God looks like, there's no right or wrong answer for that. It's very personal. And it's one that you arrive to on your own terms. That's spirituality, an understanding of something more, an understanding of love. But it's personal because you did the work to figure out what it means to you. Not what somebody else told you to look for or where to look for it. You have to find it on your own. But I believe having conversations surrounding searching for it within yourself is not one that is being had in mainstream media or within limited beliefs of religions. I feel like people constantly seek something within religions because we're never given the tools or the education within the religion of where to find it. And that way they have us keep coming back. Because I believe with results, we're able to find the very thing that we're looking for. And I know through my awakening and my understanding of spirituality that once you do find it, all you want to do is share it. I mean, to think 3.5 years ago I got out of jail homeless. I had many choices that I could have made along that journey, but the only choice that I could even think to make was to begin to share the thing that I found inside of me and help my brothers and sisters around the world find that very thing inside of them, or inspire them to find that very thing that lives inside of them so they can share it too. Because that is the essence of unconditional love. That is the beauty of it. It's there. It lives inside of you. And it's very strong. And it's very beautiful. When we think of what it means to be a warrior, we're sort of under the impression with, the belief systems and the historical path of what a warrior meant was running into battle against other individuals. And you have to be brave and courageous in order to do that. And a great warrior would do that, run into battle to defend what he believes in. But these days we are not running into battle against our brothers and sisters. You are running into battle within yourself. And that battle is for a spiritual understanding of self. Or that battle is to reconnect with love for self. I mean, let's be real. The world is heavily medicated to distract us from the structure that we are all living in that has being unhappy as completely acceptable, being depressed as completely acceptable. So if we medicate, we'll distract from the very reason we are unhappy. So I think it's very important to have these conversations, to know where the war lies. But you don't have to fight with violence and aggression and intimidation in this war. Rather, you get to use different tools such as empathy, compassion, forgiveness, understanding. It's such a beautiful war. And the results are priceless because you fight for yourself and you fight to gain the understanding of who you are and what you believe in. And if you believe in love and you believe in the power of love, such as I do, then you'll know it's worth fighting for. But not with your brothers and sisters, with yourself, to get it back from you. Because it's been taken from you, or you've given it away. And it's important to realize that. Society does have us living in an acceptable manner of people-pleasing. So we don't want to let anybody down. And we're so disconnected from self-love and self-care that if we just keep giving everyone else our energy, we don't have to worry about letting anyone down or not being accepted. This is a big part of why we have arrived at where we have arrived. So just becoming aware of that will help you disconnect from being a people pleaser and seeing that it's okay to take time for yourself. It's actually a requirement. Because those that do take time for themselves see and value how important their energy is. Because in order to love another individual, we must first love ourselves. And that's the truth. And that's so simple. But the truth can be difficult at times. And that's okay. And I think it's important to talk about that. Knowing that the truth can be difficult. But we must live with truth. Otherwise, we're pretending. And if you don't have truth in your life, you're living a lie. And if it's acceptable to live a lie, I think you need to evaluate that. And maybe you were taught that that was okay because society does teach us that that's okay. Many of the people that are looked up to in society today through social media avenues are individuals who are not real. They pretend to be somebody they're not so that people will like them, or because the industry says that will make them money. So money becomes the thing that they value. But that's why they constantly keep seeking this thing within. They've forgotten the warrior spirit and what they possess. They've forgotten truth, and therefore they've forgotten love. And I want you to remember your power that you have to go into yourself and let go of the entire life that you've built up that does not serve you, that quite possibly might be a lie. And it's okay to walk away from that life and lead yourself to a new one. And be okay with starting from nothing, because at least this way, when you start from nothing with a blank canvas, You get to paint your masterpiece. And you'll be okay with making mistakes the whole way, because you'll know through the mistakes is how you execute the masterpiece. So the highs are just as beautiful as the lows, and the lows teach you how to appreciate the highs. That's an ability of an integration of the warrior spirit. And I absolutely mean that. I absolutely mean everything I say, because these things live inside of me. And I know we can achieve them because I've done it. It's a practice. It's not over until the journey's over. So we never stop learning. But once you have it, all you want to do is cultivate a greater understanding of it. And it's beautiful because it allows you to set boundaries. It allows you to be accountable and take responsibility for things. It allows you to understand your energy and the distribution of it. And it allows you, the most beautiful part about it is it allows you to understand love. It allows you to understand that love doesn't have to come from another human. Love comes from self first. And then when another human loves you, you authentically know that that human is sharing love with you. These are very important tools to carry with you along the way, but the warrior spirit will help you get there. Because if you tune into love within yourself and you ask love into your life, that warrior spirit will wake up. And it will fight with you for the very thing that you're looking for, which is love. I mean, when you think about that, to be able to have someone that will fight for love with you, but that someone is just you. It's your higher self. It's the soul. I would love to think that they would teach me this in school, but I had to learn the difficult way in life. I had to leave school. I had to leave everything I know and choose a life of drug addiction, to lose myself, only to really be able to find myself again. Because it wasn't until I lost myself that I really knew what I had found within my loss. And I believe that's what sacrifice is these days. You know, we're not being sacrificed on top of pyramids with bloodshed. These days, sacrifice comes through the form of materialism, or the form of everything that we've built up that was just pretend, something that we didn't really believe in. You sacrifice your life for all that, to live in truth, for love, and to fight for love, so that we can evolve into this very beautiful thing, which is love. I want humans to remember the power of love and how to find it. And I don't want you to feel alone, because we're never alone. We always have it inside of us if we're willing to connect to it. And all you got to do is ask for it. I mean, ask and you shall receive. It happened to me, and I'm not alone. There's many others it's happened to as well. But you must do it with intention, because you must believe, and you must be willing to let go of everything you've built up for something new. And that journey will be lonely for a period of time, because you will find people that feel and live the same way you want to live, or you will live. And they will support you, and they will communicate with you, and they will help you grow through all of the emotions that they grow through, because education is meant to be shared in this manner. So I don't want you to get down by the loneliness, because let's be real, if you're living a life of pretending, it's kind of lonely inside of that life anyways, because friends don't know what it means to be a friend. It's very important to understand what it means to be a friend these days. Someone who can have difficult conversations with you. Somebody who doesn't tell you what you want to hear. Somebody who supports you through your goals and through your struggles and helps you see with perspective and reminds you of all the beauty that you possess within you through all the difficulty. Inspiration breeds passion. Passion breeds creativity. Creativity allows us to shape the reality that we would like to live in. I appreciate everyone for listening to this. For those of you watching on YouTube, I decided to do this a little different because I wanted to change my perspective within what I was doing. You know, something as simple as standing to do a podcast helped me see things differently and speak from a different place. So I would encourage you to change your perspectives in life, because even the simplest of change can help you see things differently and it'll change the vibrational frequency within you. Again, I really appreciate everyone who listens to this and takes anything from the things that I talk about and applies it into their life. And all I'm doing is planting seeds. You must water them, and you must grow a garden that serves you, that bears the fruit that you want to eat or that you want to become. Because the things that I did in my life are for me. It's very personal, the journey. But if we listen to other perspectives, we can pull things from other humans, their experiences, and apply them into our lives in our own way. Because anyone who tells you how to do something their way will have you constantly trying to find something that is external from you. But if you try things in your own way, internally, your intuition will kick in, and you and your higher self will figure out the way to achieve it. Never forget the power to believe in yourself, in what you know, even if you didn't go to school, because I dropped out in grade 11. And I'm proud to say that, because I had to go to school in earth. And I was grateful for how difficult it was, because it taught me all of the beauty that the darkness can possess for us. It's actually not so dark at all. It's quite light once we learn the lessons that we came to learn. I appreciate you so much for listening to my things. And if it resonates with you, please share it with another individual. Please leave me a comment as to what you liked from the podcast episode or what you would like to hear, because I like to speak to the things that individuals are looking to grow through. Some of the public speaking that I do, we ask questions for what people would like to hear, and it's some of the greatest results to be able to pull from that and help people with individual questions that the collective may be experiencing. So I really appreciate the comments, the likes, the shares. My social media is Real Talk for an Unreal World. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. My Twitter is Real Talk, 4, Unreal. I just put up little quotes, things that I feel passionate about. And my email is realtalkforanunrealworld@gmail.com. If you have any speaking gigs that may align with the things that I talk about, I'm open to that. Right now I'm in the midst of preparing a website so that I can better distribute the knowledge that I have and bring more of an awareness to humans and the topics that I like to speak about, which is love and overcoming anything that holds us back. Thank you.